What is happening, guys? Welcome back. So yet again, another episode on the Mark 1 Golf, and this is going to be the last episode on the painting of the actual shell of the car. We've still got all these bits to mess around with, but this is the last painting on the shell of the car. So we're going to join me a couple of days ago when we were getting ready to start painting the outside of the shell. So yeah, another day comes and goes. Didn't quite get done what I wanted to get done yesterday because sanding this car took a hell of a lot longer than expected. So I took all the polythene off from when we were doing it before. I've remasked all the door openings up, leaving all the seal edges, if you like, exposed where the seal's going to sit, so I can get some paint on those. I've then gone over and put guide coat all over the car, blocked the car with 240 grit on a long block, to get it all flat nicely. We found no low spots and no real proper high spots, which was nice. The car is now sanded smooth. I then went back over, guide coated it again, and went over with 400 grit on a DA pad with the DA turned down a bit so it wasn't too aggressive. Did that just to get all of those scratches out from the 240 that we used to block it. Now, I've had a few people commenting saying why I'm not going in depth of explaining what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. I'm not a painter. I don't know what I'm doing. I put a link in the description to Tony's Refinishing, who is a painter and who I'm getting all of my advice from, and is very clever, knows what he's doing and does a phenomenal job. So if you want to do something like this, I highly recommend going and watching his channel. I'll put a link to the mini series, which is the one that I've been specifically watching recently, because he did a bare metal full respray in solid 2K paint. So it's pretty much what we were doing, and all the processes were the same. So yeah, check his channel out. He's very helpful and he's helped me a lot. So thing to do now, what I'm doing is, I think I've already mentioned it, I want to paint the sides before I paint the roof, just to make things a bit easier. So we need to now work out a mask line, because there is normally a join line here that I've deleted. So we need to try and work out where we're going to be able to put a join line now for the paint. Now I've got some of the soft foam that you use to get like a soft edge, so we're going to try and put some of that across the join. I'm thinking we're going to mask up, there's a join here where the original roof joins, so I think we're going to go to that edge. Mask the roof out, mask the front end out so we don't get any overspray all over that nice shiny new engine bay. And then I can't really put it off any longer because I haven't put it off, because I really I want to do it, but I don't want to paint it because I really don't want to mess it up. We've got it, we can do it, we'll be fine. So you'll see me back when I've masked it all off, and we'll start looking at getting some paint on. I can no longer put it off. I've been in and wet the floor, so I've gone around with a hose. The walls have had a bit of a coating as well. It's been done for about 10 minutes. It's currently sitting at 34 degrees, so it's a little warm in here, but we're going to let it cool down a little bit while we're doing this. The car has been gone over with panel wipe and rags. I've gone over the car twice, or the parts that we're going to be doing. I've then gone over with tack cloth and wiped everywhere down with a tack cloth as well to make sure there's no bits on it. Paint is mixed and sat in the gun. I've cleaned the airline as well. And I'm now going to get a tack cloth again, quickly wipe over everywhere again and have it in my hand. And then we'll start spraying. Let's get on. Before we get on with any of that, I just wanted to say that the competition to win my Fiesta ST180 track car is still live. There's still tickets available. I'll put a link in the description for all of it. We're helping out men's mental health charity as well, and his man club, by donating some money to them if we sell the competition out as well. So go and grab some tickets, tell your friends about it. You can win that car for £10. Competition ends on the 4th of March 2022. Get your tickets. Right, let's get back to it. that turned out to not be anywhere near as stressful as I thought it was going to be. I actually really enjoyed painting that. The gun set, I think it was pretty good. And yeah, I genuinely, hand on heart, honestly enjoyed painting that. That was a pleasure to do. So, let me show you. Look at that. Now, for some reason, it looks really orange. I don't know why on the camera, but it is red. And it is absolutely awesome. So, yeah, that's that. All down here. Looking nice. I'm so happy of how straight everything is as well. And then this side. All looking so good. So we've taken off the masking already that was on the roof. Because you don't want to let the paint go fully cure and then take it off, because there's a risk that you might pull the paint off the rest of the car. So we let the paint sort of go off until it wasn't leaving a thumbprint in anywhere. So all my testing's been on these hinges, because you're never going to see them. And yeah, so until it wasn't leaving a thumbprint in there, but it was still a little tacky to touch, that's when we peeled it off. And Rich gave me a hand with that, because we sort of rolled it all the way back. I'm so happy with it. It looks so good. There is one slight little run. So I don't quite know how it happened, but we've got one run here, which is on the passenger side, rear quarter. But it went on, and as soon as it ran, it looked horrendous. But it's actually settled out quite a lot, and that shouldn't be too bad to be able to cut back and get flat. There is a bit of peel to the paint, but I'm hoping there's enough on there for us to get a nice finish. The alterations that we made to the booth with the second fan, and obviously the filtered in air and everything, it made a massive difference. And wetting the floor, if you're ever going to do anything like this, in an area like this, wet the floor. I left it for 10, 15 minutes before we started, when I'd wet the floor, so that anything that was in the air sort of settles down, gets trapped by the water, and it can't get out. And there's hardly anything in that paint. There's hardly anything in that paint. I'm so stoked with it. What I did, heater on to get it to about 35 degrees in here before we started painting. And then obviously the fans come on and it drops down pretty quick. And it was then sitting at, I think it was about 15 degrees when we were spraying, which isn't the best. As soon as we finished spraying, leave the fans on, put the heater back on, and then this room setup system, everything that we've got, it was sitting at 38 degrees pretty consistently through the whole lot. So it dried quite nice. It's had, the first coat was quite thin, just to get it on, let that tack off. Second coat was a nice thick coat, which is obviously why I got the run. Let that tack off, then third coat again. Turn the fan up a little bit more, laid a load more paint on, so it's had, yeah, 3 coats of paint and looks trick. So I'm going home and have an early finish today, because this has been stressing me out. Early finish, back in the morning. We'll mask the rest of the car out, put it on the rollover jig, mask the bottom of the car out, and then we'll shoot the roof. See you in the morning. Good morning. Right, paint has all gone off nicely, looking absolutely amazing, but we'll do the full reveal at the end when the roof's painted again. Obviously I've gone around now and masked out, and I've put soft edges back in everywhere with the foam tape that we need, and all round here. Masked the whole thing out. The whole thing is now sheeted up and ready to go. I did put tape on it for something that you couldn't see for 10 minutes. Left it on there, then peeled it off, and it was fine. And I'm going to take this off as soon as, well, when it's all tacked off and we've done a bit. So I've gone over quickly and wiped it over with panel wipe. I'm going to wipe it over with the tack rab. Then we're going to go and mix some paint up. Then we'll come in, do exactly the same thing again. But first, I'm going to get the hose, wet the floor and the wall, so that's all going off. And then we'll make a start on painting this roof. you ready? Are you ready for this? Walking into my homemade DIY spray booth. Let's check out the car now it is all painted. So the bay area you've already seen, that was in the last episode, but check that out. The whole car is now painted and looking absolutely incredible. I am blown away at how good of a finish I've managed to get in here with all the expert advice and everything. And the roof is looking incredible. Let's roll it over and show you the roof a bit closer. So the scuttle's looking pretty cool, looking nice where we've deleted various bits out of it, looking nice and straight. Pillars are looking good, and the joins here where we've welded the roof in, which you can still see a bit in there. And that side as well, you can still see a bit inside, but outside, all nice. And look at it. Look at the finish on that paint. It is a little flat, as you can see there. It's flat on the roof for some reason, but there's enough paint on there for a bit of cutting and polishing, which the whole car is going to have anyway, to get it looking good. My soft edges here, the joins in the paint from the roof, I think have worked quite well. A little bit dry there, but it's the opening of the boot. So yeah, looking amazing. There's a bit of dust inside as well from when we blocked the outside. But I am taking that as a definite win. I'm so pleased with how this shell has turned out. I cannot begin to tell you the sleepless nights and obsessing over it and just worrying and thinking and overthinking and everything that I've done over painting this shell. But all of it was worth it because it is looking absolutely amazing and trick. So yeah, there it is, guys. The shell is back in paint and so good. It is so good and such a good feeling. I find myself, I just keep coming back in and just standing there staring at it. And I just keep standing there going, I did that. I did that. I did that. And it's, oh man. Yeah, if you've got any thoughts of wanting to try and paint something yourself, and you think you're going to be able to do it, give it a go. It is so rewarding and so satisfying, and look at it, just look at it. I want to say a massive thank you to Breakwells Paints and GTI. Thank you to Breakwells for sponsoring the channel and working with me for over a year now and sponsoring me with the paint to be able to paint this little beauty and get it looking as stunning as it does. Thank you very much for the support. I do really appreciate it. I'll put a link in the description to their website. And if you go over there and buy yourself anything, use the code DanChambers10. Get you a nice little 10% off your order as well. So thanks for that, guys. GTI as well. Thank you so much. We've not been working together for very long, but they very kindly loaned me the compressor that I've used through the whole process of prepping this body and for spraying it. Absolutely brilliant little bit of kit. I do highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description to their website as well. Go and check those guys out. And also, a huge thank you to the main man that is Tony's Refinishing for helping me out and giving me all the advice and help that has enabled me to get that finish in this place. Thank you so much, mate. I'll put a link in the description to his YouTube channel as well. If you're thinking of doing anything like this, go over and watch his channel. He's a wealth of knowledge and I've learned a hell of a lot from him. So thank you very much, guys. So then, guys, that is going to be this episode done. Next one, we're going to be on with sorting out the doors, the wings, the bonnet, the boot, the sunroof, all of those bits. We've got to high build prime them, block them, and get them ready for some paint. So then, guys, is this one done? Until next time, enjoy.